Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry that I keep moving around. I'm trying to find the perfect setup. So I'm currently right now on my bed. And yeah, so if it looks weird, sorry. Today I am going to be showing you guys all my TBR books. It is a few. I have my rolling cart right next to me. You guys will know which rolling cart if you guys watched one of my reading vlog videos, I believe, where I bought it and my boyfriend was assembling it for me. And that's where I leave most of my TBR books. They're mainly my priority TBR books. Most of them are books that I had purchased the last few months. If you guys want to see all my TBR books, then keep on watching. So on the first shelf we have my priority books. Those are the books that I want to read the most. So we're gonna start off with those. One of the books I am actually currently reading it. I just started yesterday, and it's When to Watch by Kate Stayman London. This book, I haven't heard much about this book. I was gonna go check out some book reviews about it, but then I saw some of the thumbnails and some people seemed like they didn't like it, so I'm a little concerned. I'm gonna still read it though, but I know nothing really about it. I just do know that it's a plus size girl. It's a plus size woman who is a fashion blogger, and one day she criticizes this show called The Main Squeeze, which is technically The Bachelor in their version, and I think she was asked to become one of the next contestants as like The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, and that's all I know because that's where I left off. So currently I'm reading that one. Hopefully I like it. The next book I recently purchased at Target, and I am obsessed with it, and I really want to read it first, and I low-key should have read this one before the other one, but I'm gonna do it. And I'm obsessed with it because I don't know why. I think it's gonna be like the book We Were Liars, but I'm not sure. It's called One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. It is this one. It does have a sequel. It's called One of Us is Next. It has it in the back. I picked it up at Target not that long ago. I really know nothing about it. It just looks intriguing to me, and I believe someone dies or something. I'm not sure actually. What is? I don't know why it reminds me a lot of The Breakfast Club. I think because it tells you the brain, the beauty, the criminal, the athlete, and the outcast. And apparently one of the students that are in detention with them doesn't come out alive and they're dead. So I've been obsessed with mystery psychological thriller books, so I am excited to read this one. This one's definitely gonna be my next book to read. The next one actually came out last year, and everyone that I've seen has been obsessed with it. I have it, I just haven't read it, but it's Beach Read by Emily Henry. If you guys seen my last reading vlog, you guys will know that I was going to read this book, but then I changed my mind and I read Get a Life, Chloe Brown. So this one is next. I know it's cute and I know people love it and it has really great reviews, so I'm excited to read this one. I do know that they're both two authors who are in a funk in writing, and they go to like a little mini vacation or vacation to the beach, and they decide to write each other's genre of book that they write, because they're two different authors that write two completely different genres. So I believe they switch and they write each other the genre that they are or whatever, something like that. I could be wrong, probably wrong, but I'm very excited to read this one, and this one's in my top priority one, so I gotta get to it. Now the last one that is definitely on my priority list is a book that I actually did start reading, but I never finished it. I think because I'm not really into any fantasy mystical world, like none of those books, so it's something that I really want to get into, mainly because everyone loves this book. Like everyone loves this book, like they're obsessed with it, and I want to be as obsessed, okay? So I really need to start it, and I recently bought the second book to the, I don't know, is it a trilogy or a series, but I have it, so I need to start it. But it's A Crown of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas. Yes. I bought this one a long time ago at Target. I don't even know if I still have the bookmark here. Yeah, so see, I literally left off on chapter 19. I am gonna have to restart it though because I obviously don't know anything about it now, but it still has my old bookmark. I actually made this bookmark. I made that and I love it, and it's a Colleen Hoover book. It says, "There is no such thing as bad people. We're all just people who sometimes do bad things." That is one of my favorite quotes ever from one of her books. I don't remember what book it was, but I want to say it's November 9th. Or It Ends With Us. I think it's a quote from It Ends With Us, but I'm not sure. I think so because I put the flowers, and I believe that book is the one that has these flowers, so that's why I wrote it. But if you guys didn't know, at one point in my life I was making bookmarks after bookmarks of every quotes and books, but my printer sucks, so the quality doesn't look that great. Maybe I'll start some new ones because I have ink now and I do need bookmarks, and what better way than to make your own goddamn bookmarks instead of buying some, right? So those are my top priority books that are in my TBR list. The next shelf is the one down. It's the middle shelf. That one is my TBR / recent books that I just bought that I want to read so badly because they're new and everyone's like reading them, so they're currently popular. But they are mixed in with some books that I want to reread or want to read that I purchased a while back and I just never got around to them. So you guys may have seen some of these books in my my book hauls a while back. So the first one is Something to Live For by Richard Roper. I do know this was previously called How Not to Die Alone. Looks like this. I picked it up at Barnes & Noble when they were having a 50% off sale, or they were having like buy two get one free type of situation. I do know that it's a man who has a secret and his family ends up finding out about it, and that's all I know. I don't even know what genre it is, but it's there. That's one of them that I want to start. I also picked it up because it's yellow and I don't have a yellow book, so I was like, let me do that. The next one is a book that I was supposed to read during December and I just never read it, but we're still in winter technically, even though I live in California, so like winter doesn't exist here. But I'll probably read it soon. It's One Day in December, a novel by Josie Silver, and I picked it up because I really like the synopsis, and it reminds me of a serendipity type of situation where these two characters met at some point in their lives, and I believe 10 years later they meet again on the same exact day, and I'm not sure if they meet every year on the same exact day. It's like a love at first sight type of situation, but that's all I really know about this. I really like the cover though. I have a lot of books now that are very illustrated covers, and I'm obsessed because I feel like recently now that's been like the whole popular thing to do for books recently. They're not just now in fantasy books, so I need to read this one. The next one is a book that I already had. I think I recently purchased this one also in Barnes & Noble because I did have this book and I let my friend borrow it and she never gave it back to me. Tears. I know. I'm still upset about that, but it was okay because she was my best friend, so she used to love to read books. I know she's taking very good care of this book, and so I'm okay with it. It's called Three Dark Crowns by Kendare Blake. Now this one, I bought this one when it first came out. I mean, not this one specifically. This one I just bought it at Barnes & Noble not that long ago. But the first book that I had picked it up I think a few months later that it came out. So when I picked this up, I never read it, and it has 4 of the books now in the series, so I need to get to it. And from what I recall, it's about 3 sisters who want to be queens and one of them has to die, or they're fighting for the crown. I don't really know. I just know that I want to read it. Next book I picked up is also one of my purchases that I got at Target. I get a lot of my books at Target and Barnes & Noble, if you guys want to know. I picked it up because I really wanted to buy a book and I just didn't know what book to buy, so I just bought this one. I don't know if that happens to you guys where you're just shopping and just like, I want a book. I just don't know what books, but I'm gonna buy one. It's called The Right Swipe by Alicia Ray. Know nothing about it. It's cute though, and I do want to read it because it's just sitting there. I think it has to do with like a dating app. The next one I picked up because of TikTok. I am obsessed with TikTok, and if y'all don't know, TikTok has some creators who are also book lovers, and they make TikToks. They make book TikToks. So this book was highly recommended by one of the TikTokers, and I wanted to read it, and it sounded interesting. I just don't remember what it was about, but it's called The Girl He Used to Know by Tracy Garvis Graves. I've seen a few people pick this book up, but I haven't really heard much about it. I believe it's about a girl who has anxiety and she finds being around people very weird and confusing to her, and she's the person who'd rather be like with books and stuff, and I believe she falls in love with this person, but something happens between them that they just break up, and years later they reunite. So who knows what's gonna happen, but I want to read it. The next one also recommended from TikTok. I don't remember the creators just because it was multiple people also doing the same trend of books. It was all of them who convinced me. This one is How to Walk Away by Catherine Center. It is this book, and I find that it looks so beautiful. It's cute. I just know it's about a girl who's been obsessed with work, and she's finally getting what she deserves, and you know, everything's going well, and suddenly one day everything changes. So that's all I know. I don't remember exactly what it was about, but I'm very excited to read it. The next one may or may have not been bought because of the cover. Likely I did buy it because of the cover. I also bought it when it came out, but it's The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I believe I bought it when it came out. I don't know, but it's this one. And this is the second book that I have by Christina and Lauren. Besides that, I haven't read the other book that I purchased by them a long time ago, and I haven't read this one either. So I believe one of the characters goes on the sister's honeymoon for her. The bride and the husband get sick or food poisoning, so they can't go to their honeymoon. So she asks her sister to go for her, and the husband asks his groomsmen to go for him. They go together, but they don't like each other. I'm assuming that changes eventually. I don't know how many more times I could say I'm excited to read all these books. Clearly I'm not that excited if they're just sitting here. These books are so dusty. The next one is a book that I've had in my shelf since the day I bought it and I went to go get it signed. I have yet to read it, and I think the reason why I did not want to read it is because it is by Colleen Hoover. If y'all know who that is, you guys will know that her books are cry-worthy books and will make you shed a tear, whether it's a good tear or like a horrible hysterical tear that you just can't fathom. But it's All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover. I have it signed, I just haven't read it. So it's been like 3 years, 4 years maybe since this book came out, and it's just been sitting on my shelf. And I think because the last book that I read by her, I just couldn't handle it anymore. She's one of the authors that always makes me cry. She is my favorite author, even if she does make me cry, but I don't want to be in my feels. And this book, like, I'm gonna read it. I know I'm gonna read it one day. It's not time yet. So it just sits there and collects dust. But I do know I believe it's about a married couple who have been struggling a lot, and that's all I know. Her books are like very, very heartwarming and very sad, but I love them and I love to cry. So the last book that I have in my TBR book is Leah on the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli. By Becky Albertalli. I believe this is a spin-off, or just a spin-off, I suppose, because it's not a sequel to Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, I read it and I went to go buy this book thinking that I was gonna read it right after. I didn't. So it's been sitting there collecting dust as well, but maybe I'll read it because I currently have been obsessed with books about plus size characters and body positivity. I'm all about that, so I am ready to read this book. I did buy a hardcover. I don't know why. I usually don't like my books hardcover unless I really, really love the books, and I know that I'm gonna love the books. So those were all the books in my TBR pile, and some of these books aren't even new. They're just books that I purchased throughout the months or the years, and I just never read them. I think I need to finally go and do that. Definitely start off with my priority. But now that I'm looking at my other shelf of TBR books, I don't think I'm gonna start with my priority, because there's some books there that I'm just like, I should probably read those instead. Depends on my mood, of course, like everyone else. And yeah, so if you guys read any of these books, let me know down below what you guys thought about them. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you guys like my videos, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!